Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. My name is Susan Malloy of Silver Lady Stamping, and I've been making Valentine's Day cards, and these are three of my creations. And the primary product that I've been using for all three of them is the Nature's Sweetness Designer Series paper in the mini catalog. And I want to just kind of bring that paper in. It's really so pretty. It has this like writing on it with gold flecks. Let me just pull out some of the full sheets. I've got like a lot of scraps because I've been playing around with it so much. This one I love because it's it's gray with gold writing on it, which I've used for this background, and I used it to punch this heart. You can see the gold writing on it. And let me just move along. It's got some flowers and some gold. These are two-sided sheets, and these have gold. They're gold images, or they're gold outline images. And this is another one that I really like. This is the writing that has gold flecks all over it, and that's what I used for this background. It's just such pretty paper. So if that's not something that you have purchased yet, you might want to consider it. It's so nice. So I'm just gonna set that aside. And then another of the papers, oh, and I also just fussy cut this flower to put on the card. And now this red paper is from the Sunny Days Designer Series paper that is free in the Sale-a-Bration brochure with a $50 purchase. Now, I have the paper here, but let me just pull it out. I have to be honest that it was I almost missed it, because let's see, where's the featured paper, like at the very front is, you may recognize this. This is, so it's some clouds. I think this would actually go well with the stamp set with the, the hot air balloons. I think this paper would be great for that. And then the reverse side is, some raindrops and then the clouds. Kind of cute. But then when I started going through the papers, I hit this. And I was blown away. I don't know, maybe because I love red. I just think it's so pretty, and I was absolutely blown away. The reverse side is like a peachy color. Then there was this one, like a Kelly green, and it's just all flowers, but I immediately thought, okay, I'll be making St. Patrick's Day cards with this paper. And I already have some ideas, and I did start working on them this morning, but I'm nowhere near the point where I can show it because it's just all bits and pieces. But there we go. If you're looking for some green paper for St. Patrick's Day, that's in the Sunny Days pack. Let's see what's on the reverse side. So this is also greens, but it's rainbows. I like that. This has, in my view, kind of like a 60s vibe. Very, very, very 60s. But I like, it's got, I think the red on it is Poppy Parade. And then, let me see, what is, that obviously is a peachy, oh, I know, it's got to be Petal Pink. Let me see. Yep, that's what it is. It's Petal Pink. Because remember when we had Pale Papaya? Yeah, well, we don't have a peachy color anymore. And I was wondering, kind of speculating, like what the new in colors will be when the new catalog comes out in May. And I'm wondering whether or not they're going to come out with like another peachy color. because we've had 2 years of rather bold colors. I mean, 2 years ago we had like the Starry Sky and Orchid Oasis, Tahitian Tide, Sweet Sorbet, and Parakeet Party. Kind of bold colors. And then last year, we had the colors that were more like in the neutrals family, like Pecan Pie, Copper Clay. Oh yeah, well, don't ask me. I don't know. I can't, off the top of my head, I can't think of the rest of them. So I'm thinking that the design team might be going this year more toward pastels. Something just a little softer than what we've had for the past 2 years. I find it hard to imagine that they would do another set of 5 bold colors, having already done that 2 years ago. So I have nothing to base it on except, when you think about it, you want to obviously change things up, and the way to change it up would be pastels. So don't hold me to it. It's just my opinion, and we're all going to have to wait and see what exactly they're going to be. But anyway, so that is a pretty paper, and the other side is like sunshine, little suns. That's kind of cute. I like that. Strawberries. It's another thing. I bet you we have like some fruit stamp sets in the mini catalog, and then of course we have like that one is blueberries, and then in the annual catalog we have like lemons. Here's some strawberries. I'm feeling like there's a theme here, and that we might in the next catalog we'll have fruit in the next one as well. So this is kind of pretty. And the reverse side is butterflies. Looks like crushed curry. Cherries. I was already cutting up the other sheet of this one. I gotta move that. Oh no, no, I wasn't cutting up. Well, actually, I think I did cut a piece out of it. What I think this would go well with is the Share a Milkshake stamp set. So you got a milkshake, and one of the sayings in it is, "You're the cherry on top." This paper I think would be so cute with that. And then the other side is a muted pool party. But you know what? It's always nice to have just a kind of muted background instead of everything always being bold. So that's the paper. But this paper is this particular one. This one is just like, I'm telling you, you got to take time, and I'm telling myself this as much as anybody. Take your time to go through the papers to see what each sheet it looks like. Now, when you see it in the catalog, when you see the papers in the catalog, you really can't get a true picture of what they look like until you actually get your hands on them. Let me move this out of the way. And then when you go through it, you see what you have, and it's just amazing. I think the design team, Stampin' Up's design team, has really done a great job with all the papers. So these are my Valentine cards so far. I have more ideas too, but I have other things I want to do, and I may just have to pump the brakes on Valentine's Day. But one of the other things I did was I die cut the hearts using the Give It a Whirl dies, because in the Give It a Whirl dies, and I'm going to be honest, I've never made a Give It a Whirl card, even though I think it's a great idea, and so many people have done it and done a great job. Haven't done it, keep meaning to, still haven't done it, but they have these heart dies. Look, you got 4 heart dies, stars. That would be great for like 4th of July. Little circle die with a scallop circle, sentiment label, which I'm going to be using, clouds. I mean, all kinds of great stuff. So I used this particular die, and this circle at the bottom, really, it does not get die cut out. That's really just for lining up the heart. If you're going to make a give it a whirl card, then you would take this piece or any of the pieces that have that little tab, and you would have to decide what opening you wanted. You don't have to have, you can make an opening that's a heart shaped, and you would line up the little circle here with the circle in the middle. That's how it's done. But so it's not going to die cut. So I took this heart and I die cut some hearts from some red cardstock. I did a whole bunch of them. Did the same thing with some gold foil, and then also did it with the Nature's Sweetness, this gray paper with the gold script on it. So I did that. I cut a bunch of those, and then I embossed them, embossed the hearts, and I embossed, let me get my embossing folder. So this one I embossed with the Time Worn embossing folder. So it looks like that. It has some script in it, but it looks all time worn. So I embossed this heart with that embossing folder, and we'll go over it. And then this one, this crosshatch design, was one of the embossing folders from the Basics 3D embossing folders, and you get 3. You get one that sort of has, I don't know what they are, flowers or look like almost starfish. And then you have one that has polka dots. And then the third one is this one that's like a crosshatch. And that's what I use to emboss this one and this one. So fun. It makes all the difference, when you're making your project. Okay, let's see. I want to create. Oh, I thought I had another gold one. I thought I had a gold one. I have 2 red ones and a gold one. Oh, and this one, by the way, I used the, the twine, the gold leather, faux leather twine that's part of the Nature's Sweetness suite. Love it, absolutely love it. And then used the die from the set, and then ended up just putting a knot on both ends. So nice, right? It's kind of different. And then pop that up on a dimensional. I fussy cut that, and then angle cut the design series paper and the gold foil. So, oh, you know what? I did find my my extra gold heart over here. I have it. So we're going to put that one together. So what I think I'm going to do is show you on camera how to make this card, right? And then what I think I'll do is give you the written instructions. Oh, let me bring this down so you can see. Give you the written instructions for both of these. And that way you'll have a tutorial for all 3 of these cards. How's that? Let me set that aside. So let's get started. So what you're going to need is a basic white card base, typical card base, 5.5 by 8.5, and scored at 4 1/4. And I'm getting my bone folder out of my drawer. Okay, and I've already scored it. Give it a crease. Okay. And then we need a piece of this beautiful red flower paper from Sunny Days that I told you is free with a $50 order, and it's in the Sale-a-Bration catalog. So I'm going to go ahead, no, I'm not going to tack it down yet because I want to put this, oops, sorry, I keep putting it out of camera. I want to put this ribbon around it, which is the, it's the gold and vanilla ribbon. Okay, so first what I want to do is just get my, there they are, my ribbon scissors, and just measure off a length of this ribbon. And I'm going, the way I'm not doing a bow around it, I am just going to wrap it around the other side and just tack it down. And I'm going to just use some adhesive. And because all I want to do is just tack it down. And now I'm going to cut off the excess. Okay. Now we can actually put it onto a card base. Oh, my glue is always getting clogged. I gotta put a pin in it. So for now, I'm just going to use my tape runner. My Stamp & Seal ran out, and I had to order some more, and I don't have it yet. So in the meantime, I'm just using some that I bought at the store. Okay. Doesn't it look nice already? I love the red is just so bright and vibrant. All right, now I have a piece of gold foil, and I'll put all the measurements below, and I'm also going to be putting it in my blog. So this measures, let's see, what did I say it was? 2 3/4 across by 4 inches. So 2 3/4 by 4. And then I took another, I die cut a piece of that Nature's Sweetness paper, and I used the color and contour dies, the scalloped contour dies. I was going to use, or I considered using, the postage dies, the new postage dies, but they didn't have the size that I needed. One was too large and one was too small. And so I said, all right. So I ended up using the 3rd largest, which also happens to be the 3rd smallest, die to die cut this paper. And it just die cuts beautifully. So that's the scalloped contour dies. Love that. So we have that piece that can go right on top. And I'm going to just go ahead and put some adhesive on it and tack it down. We will be putting the hearts on. We're going to pop those up with dimensionals. But for now, this designer series paper is just going to get tacked right down like that. And then we can probably just go ahead and tack that down with some dimensionals. Let me get more though, because I don't have enough on this little strip. Oh, actually, you know what? I might do is take some of my, oh, not that one. I have some, I want to just use up some of these strips on the side. That might make things faster and help me to use up some of my pieces. I have the strips too, the Stampin' Up's adhesive strips. I use those too sometimes. And they could probably do a good job right now, but I just want to use up some of my scrap pieces on my dimensionals. So I'm going to put that here. And I have one more piece on here, and I'll use that here. It's kind of nice when I can use up some scraps. Oh, here, I'll use some of this. Turn that around. I don't know, do you do this too? I mean, you want to just try to use up your stuff, and who cares what it looks like on the back, right? Nobody's going to see the back of it. And I know I use like a bajillion pieces of dimensionals. That's just how I am. I just don't want my project to sink in the middle. So I tend to use maybe more than I need. All right. The only downside to using so many is that I got to peel it off, and it takes time. Okay, let's see. I think that's the last one. Okay, yep. That was the last one. So now I can just put it right in the middle. Very nice. Now I have the, now I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of the hearts. I'm just going to do 3. That should be enough. And I'm going to just put that right there. And the other one kind of at an angle, like that. And you know, I have some, let's see, gold. They are the blooming pearls, and they are gold, pretty peacock, and bubble bath. So pretty. And I'm going to use just one of the large ones and put it right there. Just one. Don't need any more than that. Now, I'm going to do some stamping, and let's see. So the Country Bouquet stamp set has Happy Valentine's Day, Just Wanted to Say, and With Love. So I'm going to use With Love for the front. It's what I did on the little. And then the, so the sentiment label also came from the Give It a Whirl dies. right here. I just needed a skinny label, and I decided to just use that. And I'm going to use some Real Red, my Real Red ink pad. And I want to take out these dies start to lose some of their stickiness on the back. These are the photopolymers, and they don't stick, and they end up like a big kind of a jumble on in my case. But I'm going to have to live with it. All right. There, with love. We're going to need this again when I do stamping on the inside, but now I just want to put a few, let's see, my mini dimensionals. I ordered some mini dimensionals yesterday. No, or the day before. I guess it was the day before. Anyway, and then because I thought I only had like a tiny bit, and then I found this sheet of mini dimensionals. It'll carry me over. Okay. I'm just going to, like this one, I'm just going to put it at an angle. And there's the front, finished. So pretty, right? Now for the inside, because it's a white, oops, a piece of dimensional backing, because it's a white inside, I don't like, sometimes I'll do white on white, right? But I didn't want to put a white on white. No, I did do a white on this one because it's more elegant, but I did put some designer series paper on this side. Well, mainly because I made kind of a splotchy mess on the inside and I didn't want to throw it away, so I put some designer series paper, because there are no mistakes in paper crafting that you can't fix with something, with a glue dot, with a gem dot, or some designer series paper to cover the boo-boo. So, and then I put a strip of the designer series paper down here. But this one I did put white on white, but that's because it has kind of a white theme. But for this one, where the theme on the front is kind of red, I didn't want to do white on white. So I cut a piece of red cardstock, 5 1/4 by 4, and then I cut a piece of basic white at 5 inches by 3 3/4. So this is what we're going to stamp on. But what I also want to do is I did cut a strip of the same designer series paper as on the front. I cut it at 5 inches long by 3/4 of an inch wide. So I'm going to tack that down before I do my stamping so that I know where I need to do my stamping. I want to put it kind of in the center, but in the center after I put the paper down. Oop, I think I over measured this, so I'll just trim it from the back side. There we go. There. Now I know where I need to put my sentiment. And I'm going to do the, oh, I don't want that one. That says it just wanted to say. I want this one to say Happy Valentine's Day. But this is so lost its stickiness. I'm just going to hope it doesn't fall off. So first I'm just going to put the ink on from the top. See, now it just came off. What's the problem with this? Let me see if I can get it to stick down. I gotta figure out how to make them stick again. I have some like adhesive strips from Stampin' Up that go on the back of the cling stamps, the red rubber ones. And I may have to put them on the back of these photopolymer ones, but they're very different stamps, so I'm not sure how it's going to work. And the thing about the photopolymer is you can see through it and see where you're putting it, whereas if I put a sticky strip on, I'm not going to be able to see through it. I may just end up cleaning them as best I can, like with a wet wipe, because it may just be some dust, and in that case, then the wiping it off will solve the problem. Oh, see, like the whole thing came off, but the stamp went fine. So now we can tack it down onto the red. And then tack it down onto the inside. And see how much better it looks when you put the red layer on first and then the white on top of it. So it gives it a little pop of color. Love that. So here are the two cards. I just think that they make a really vibrant statement. And then let me bring the other two back in. This one is basically just a simpler card. And this is white cardstock. And I used a black Stampin' Blend to flick some color onto it. And they're just some black flecks all over it. And then the inside, and I had an extra one of these little embossed hearts, so I put it on the inside. And then lastly, also with the Nature Sweetness Designer Series paper, again, since that's the theme, and then the fussy cut little flower, some gold foil, and also from the Countryside, the Country Bouquet. I just wanted to say, again, happy Valentine's Day. This one is so elegant. And then that faux leather trim, and, using the die that comes with that the Nature Sweetness suite, allows you to kind of do this trim that's like a bookbinding trim. I like that. So here, let me move one of these out of the way since those two are identical. These are the 3 cards. So you now have the video tutorial for this one, and I will provide you with the written tutorial for both of these, and I'll include them on my blog. I will provide a link down below to my blog where you can download the PDF tutorial for these 2 cards. So I appreciate that you stopped by, and I hope you enjoyed today's cards. So I hope you'll visit me again. Thanks, and bye-bye for now.